This is Metroid, so... Pa, 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 pa. Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever DAGG Podcast. Today, I am joined with the very talented NintenCisco. NintenCisco,
Hey,
please
NintenCisco here.
introduce yourself.
Hello, hey everyone. I'm NintenCisco. I have a YouTube channel where I like to talk about Nintendo, whether it be Metroid, Pikmin, or just anything in general. Really love Pokemon as well, and I also run a Instagram, which I think I'm been promoting more lately, called Catch 'em with Cisco, where I'm doing a lot of like Pokemon toy photography. But it's really just it's actually meant just to be a Pokemon fan page, but I started uploading the toy photography, and I've just been doing that. But there will be more stuff to that.
Very talented. A very talented man. You can find all his accounts on the description down below. He's a very talented man. And yeah, this podcast is just about talking about Nintendo, everything that's going on. Specifically, in this episode, we're going to be talking about Metroid. But before moving into Metroid, some breaking news that just happened today, the day we're recording on, we're still in September, September 25th, Doug Bowser is leaving Nintendo. What
Who's
are your
Doug
thoughts
Bowser?
on this? Doug No, well,
Who's Doug Bowser?
but for real, Doug Bowser was present, I believe, during the entire Switch era. During most part, I don't know if Reggie was part of the Nintendo Switch era. Maybe the first 2 years at most. But I'm not completely sure. However, ever since Reggie left and Doug Bowser entered, I don't know. I feel like Nintendo has become more, I don't know, business centered, and they have pushed their customers aside and doing unethical customer practices and just being. It has a different vibe. You know, back when the in the Wii U era, when Nintendo was struggling, we had free games like Nintendo Land. We had, well, a bunch of interactive videos where the CEOs would come face to face, do skits. And ever since Doug Bowser came into play, we have stuff like the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour, where you are being charged $10 for just a demo. And yeah, that sucks.
Yes. So Reggie Fils-Aimé was definitely a well, I know he was a huge role in the Wii Sports being free for the Wii. I'm not so sure he was so involved in the other games being free, but I do know that the Wii U was an interesting time. It was a rough time for Nintendo fans, but it was still like that. That was like the last bit that we really saw that Nintendo charm. I will never forget the E3 with the puppets, where they showed off Star Fox Zero. Probably my favorite ever. Like, I just love that presentation, but unfortunately, like, the Wii U is just really, really struggling there in that time. But I do agree, when Doug Bowser came in, we kind of lost that. I mean, it didn't even start with that, when we lost Iwata, and then Reggie retired from Nintendo, and so then we lost two of the three greats, right? And Miyamoto kind of went more of like a smaller position, where like a lot of more people took position, like the more leadership positions, and now he just kind of helps around and helps, like right now he's helping a lot with the movie, right? Like overseeing the movies. Which I think is great. I think that's very Miyamoto. Don't keep him in the lab doing something he doesn't want to do. But we definitely lost a little bit of that Nintendo identity as the Switch started going, and more so with the Switch 2.
Yeah, talking about Shigeru, he I don't know. He kind of looks like, well, he's now like the Stan Lee of Nintendo. You know, making his small little cameos.
Yes.
You can already see his gray hair. I mean, we love Miyamoto, but
I love Miyamoto.
It's a big change ever since he left. And now we have Devon Pritchard, I think that's her name, the first female president of Nintendo. I'm excited to see all the brand new changes. I am very hopeful that Nintendo will take a right turn and turn into this big, joyful company once again, because during the Nintendo Switch era, we definitely saw some distance from customers, but I hope I think she is part of the right now she's part of the marketing team. So I really hope she creates this new connection with us, the Nintendo fans. So I'm very
Well,
excited.
yes. There's one thing that actually got better with Nintendo, and it was the marketing. I swear, the marketing now is really great. Like, those trailers, man, they know how to get you with the excitement. And if she has a big role to play in that, I have a good feeling.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know necessarily if we'll get that Nintendo identity back. I think it'll be a little bit more of the same since she is more of that marketing, consumer, corporate side of things. But I am excited, like you. I agree. I'm very excited to see what she brings to the table. She's been with Nintendo for a real long time. She's holding a billboard plush in her little photo, so that makes me a big fan. And I'm just really excited to see what she can do. And I don't know. I'm just really excited that she's the new president. Like, that makes me really excited. But we also have someone else, right? That's going to be overseeing Nintendo of America.
Honestly, I have no idea who that person is. I saw the tweet. So if you know
Oh,
more about him,
Shibata. Shibata will be joining Nintendo of America as CEO.
who is
So he,
Shibata? I have no idea.
it says here, while continuing as manager, executive officer, and corporate director of a member of the board at Nintendo. So I don't know. Like, I know there's some Nintendo fans that really know their stuff with the company's like board and directors and all their employees. I'm not that knowledgeable. I'm probably gonna burn us at the stake for not knowing exactly who this man is. I do know him because people are posting a lot of like the older screenshots from back in the day, and I'm like, oh, I know who this guy is, but I don't know him exactly. I can't tell you like his whole history. But all I can tell you is that from what I'm reading, from what I've seen, and from what I kind of slowly remember of this guy, this is a very good thing. It's a very great thing that this is happening.
I'm excited.
He's one of the
Hope to see all
OGs that
this.
are overseeing.
Yeah, hope to see all these creative uses and I don't know, make Nintendo feel a more playful company. Hopefully, or at least a more user-friendly company. Because right
I
now,
think I think what's going on right now is I'm noticing is that with the Wii U, they really needed to know what exactly the fans didn't like, how to get new customers in, and how to also please the old customers. And there, I don't know. The success of the Switch, I'm noticing there is a little bit of a disconnect here with the fans and Nintendo again. There's slowly
they're
that
greedy.
that thread is slowly getting pulled. Yeah, we're the
Yeah.
economy's getting worse. The buyers are getting poorer and poorer. I'm a huge testament to that. I'm struggling financially, and this is like the first time in my history with Nintendo that I'm struggling financially. I can't keep up. I don't have a Switch 2. I don't have a Switch 2. I don't have Donkey Kong. I don't have Mario Kart. There's even a possibility I won't be getting. I know this is gonna sound crazy. There's a possibility I might not be picking up Pokemon or Metroid because of just like life. Can't keep up. We'll have to see what's going on with this. Oh, am I losing connection? No, okay.
No,
I
you're
have
good,
to
you're
see what's
good.
going on with this whole like suing a security or like what they're gonna do about this whole like Pokemon fiasco thing going on with the Homeland Security of the United States. Not a fan of
Oh,
that. So I
Jesus
want to see what they're
Christ,
about
no.
on that. Yeah, no, that was awful. So there is a little bit of a disconnect, but I think what I'm hoping for is, yes, I would love to see a little of that bubbly Nintendo come back, but more so I want to see a lot of communication of like, because from what I've heard from like Kit and Krista's podcast and like the old men at the very top of the Nintendo board, they're very disconnected and don't really know what's up with the fans. And I know the Nintendo fans too are crazy. Like
Oh yeah.
there's a lot of us and there's a lot of different sides and some of them get really, really crazy. I think there's a reason why the Nintendo Museum, when we went in Japan, why they have a TCA. They are TSA. They
They have
are
a TCA.
is it TCA or TSA, right? TSA or
Yeah, TSA, yeah, security.
TSA?
The
They have security. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, they have security. Dude, they are like, yeah, we had to put our things through the metal detectors and everything. Maybe it's because Nintendo fans are
Damn.
that crazy. Who knows? Maybe someone's out there like, you need to bring back Golden Sun. What are you doing? And they're bringing a pickaxe. I don't know. but yeah,
Damn.
they don't
I'm
play. Like,
bringing Mother Tree to America. Yeah,
yeah, and
I
ripped
can say it.
out the case.
I can say it. Yeah. Well, I'm excited
But
to
I'm
go to
hoping
the
there's more communication.
Nintendo Museum next year. I'm going to Japan next year. I'm very excited to go hear all these stories. So I'm very excited for that as well. Yeah.
You're gonna
And
love
I'm
it.
also
Nintendo
going to
Museum is
get
great.
the Mario 40th anniversary badge, special badge that they're going to be having. So
Yes. Yes.
that's going to be a great collectible. So I'm excited. But yeah, Nintendo greedy. And if you are, if, look, Nintendo has DMC8, so many channels for using clips or for using music. And if you're not going to attack the one who's attacking many of your fans, I mean, I don't know. I've seen this tweet around, but this is the only time I'm okay with Nintendo going to court for someone using their content.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people hop on their case right now, being like, "They're not suing. They're not suing. Screw Nintendo or screw Pokemon." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hold on. You, when in the history have you ever just like went straight to court and sued somebody within a day of something happening? That's not a thing. Give them some time." And we saw what happened. So, like, I know a lot of people are mad at Nintendo or like Pokemon for suing Pal World, but the thing is, a lot of people are not talking about it. When Pal World first came out, there was a huge amount of Nintendo fans that were pushing for Pokemon to sue them. And Pokemon didn't do anything about it. They did the same thing what they did right now with the Homeland Security. They just said we didn't authorize it, blah blah blah. You know, hey, we know whatever assets belong to us, we don't authorize use. They just said that, right? Then they set out the cease and desist, and then they let the case build up, and then they hit him.
Yeah.
They hit him with a big fat lawsuit, and then they start throwing more things in there, and it just then comes. Yeah, so that's looks like how they do things. So I would say, right now, unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna really do much about the Homeland Security. But I also think it's a little weird that a lot of people are putting criticism on Pokemon. Pokemon has been doing nothing but showing off inclusion and diversity. You know, we even just now in Legends Z-A, they just showed that we're finally getting we're not gender locked costumes. I mean, they're listening to the fans and they're being
And I mean,
inclusive. And I'll,
th- they're being inclusive even right now. Today in Mexico City, there was this big Lucha Libre event with How Lucha, and they had special How Lucha cards here in Mexico. So
yes.
yeah, they're bringing Pokemon everywhere around the world and being so inclusive to everyone. So yeah, this is something that definitely does not go with the Pokemon identity. So I really
Yeah.
hope over time, as they gather evidence, as they gather maybe more things to sue the United States government.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know they're
Yeah.
gathering stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
just, yeah, a lot of people are putting heat on Pokemon. I'm like, put the heat on Homeland Security. They're the ones doing this nasty stuff. And I don't know, I don't know. This whole thing with Homeland Security and ICE and all of this is happening in my neighborhood. I live in Belmont Cragen of Chicago. We're the hot spot right now for this ICE raids of attacking Mexicans, and it's been awful. It's been awful. They've already killed a couple of them here, and it's been
Really?
awful. And to use, oh yeah, you're gonna see on the internet that and this is what's happening a lot is they'll change the story, or they'll put a narrative, right, that them chasing down an old man and killing him. No. The police officer feared for his. You know what? This is getting into politics, and I don't want to get this on your podcast.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Let's move
not. Yeah,
on.
let's
Let's
move
not
on.
go very in
Let's
depth
not go
with.
there. But it's
Yeah,
all I'm trying to
it's
say
bad.
is that it's bad, and to weaponize Pokemon, which is something that everyone loves, to weaponize that against the people who love it, it's just terrible. So I do not condone it at all. But yeah, no politics. Let's
Yeah, let's
you'll
not
know how
dive
to
that
stitch.
much.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming you'll know how to cut it and know where what to include and whatnot.
yeah. I'm going to skip some parts about this.
Yeah.
But anyways, to just end this topic, hopefully Nintendo sues the Homeland Security. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, the main topic of this podcast, the reason why I wanted you specifically to be the first guest on my podcast, is Metroid. We are getting closer and closer to Metroid. Previously, you said that you are not going to get Metroid. We are going to find a way for you to at least play Metroid. Okay, you're the
Love to.
Metroid guy. I'm going to find a way, either with the Anthem boys or me by myself. I'm going to do something, either with a lot of people or just me. But you are going to get Metroid soon. Maybe not on launch day, but I'm going to make sure we are going to create a plan for you to get Metroid. You deserve Metroid.
Thank you.
But I want to talk. You are a long time Metroid fan. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
been a huge part of your identity as a content creator, I believe. I hopefully I'm not. You don't take it as an insult. I think that's great. But you inspired me to play Metroid. You were the one who convinced me to play Metroid, and I consider myself a new fan. So I want to talk a little about how I started playing. I started playing mostly because you were hyping up so much Metroid Dread. So Metroid Dread was the actual first Metroid game that I played and that I finished. Then I moved to Metroid Prime Remastered, got it on day one. I remember talking to you whenever I got stuck. That was amazing. One of Metroid Prime is one of my favorite games on the Nintendo Switch right now. And later on, I moved on into getting other games of the series. I have in my collection Metroid Prime 2 Echoes for the GameCube, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption for the Wii. I also have, it recently got Metroid, I'm forgetting the name, but it's the Metroid 4 Fusion.
Fusion.
Metroid, yeah, Fusion, Metroid Fusion. And I very recently, this year, finished Metroid Samus Returns. And I am very excited. I also have Metroid Other M. I forgot about it. Everyone forgets about Other M. But I have only finished 3 Metroid games, those being Metroid Dread, Metroid Prime Remastered, and Metroid Samus Returns. I consider myself a Metroid fan. I am very excited for Metroid Prime 4. So that's where I stand as a new Metroid fan. But tell me, when did you start playing Metroid? What's your story with Metroid?
So, um, I got at the age of 10 years old. I got my first Game Boy. I got Donkey Kong Country 3 and Pokemon Emerald. So that was the start of my journey. Just so people can like pinpoint what was the releases at the time when I was getting into video games. And so once I got the GameCube, Melee, Smash Brothers Melee, right? That's when I kind of it opened my eyes to the world of Nintendo. See, you play Mario, you play Pokemon, but you don't like as a kid you didn't connect it like they're like from the same company, same brand, and they're like in a way the same like universe. And Smash Brothers did that, and I was like, oh, this is the Nintendo universe. And so I had seen Samus. I used to call her Metroid. Oh, that's Metroid.
Yeah.
I used to see Samus, and I did this. I did the classic, Metroid and Zelda. That's Zelda. It's Link. That's
Yeah.
Metroid. It's Samus. I did the classic,
That
and
comment.
so Melee got me to play got me to play a lot of different titles that I wanted to check out, and Metroid was one of them. So GameStop at the time, everyone talks about the prices of games these days. Oh, you should be lucky that you pay $70. It should be $200. Not in my day, Buster. And back in my day, you can go to GameStop and Nintendo games, first party titled games, those would be $5. So I bought Metroid Prime 1 for I believe $7 used. And I was like, because at the time, I was a teenager, or I think like a preteen. I was like a preteen. So I was like 12 years
Around.
old, 11, 12 years old. I would go to GameStop, dig around the games. Metroid, okay, that's a Nintendo title. I want to try it out. And I was scared, man. I was like, I had my uncles like from Mexico. They were here at the time, and I played up here in the attic. And they were just watching me playing, and they're like, "I Kiko, I beat you, Kiko." As I'm like trying to like, they see the aliens, and they're like, "I wait," and I'm just like, "What do I do?" And
Cuidado con
so,
el alien, Cisco.
yeah, wait. And so I remember
wee.
playing it, but at that young of age, I was struggling. So I think I got maybe a couple bosses in. I didn't know what I was doing, and then just kind of got lost throughout time. But I liked it, but I didn't, just kind of got lost throughout time. Then that's when I got to play Super Metroid, I believe on the Wii.
On the
Forgot how.
virtual console.
Virtual console, I think.
Yeah, the virtual
I think
console
it's,
of the Wii. Yeah.
I think so. And so Super Metroid, and then I got into, then there was Brawl, where Samus, you got to see that she took off the suit, and then there was Metroid 3, Corruption. And I played that. I got that one for $20 used at GameStop. See, they don't have to be $100 or $70.
I got it for $20 as well.
You did? Yeah, it's
just
cheap.
2 years
I got a
ago.
second.
Yeah.
That's good. I got a second copy for like $15, like back in the COVID days.
That's great.
Yeah, it's the Metroid games are pretty cheap when they're used, and
Some of
you
them,
can.
some of them,
Oh, some of them.
some of them.
Good luck finding the Game Boy ones. Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, Metroid Pinball is so expensive. Like I
Oh, is
cannot
it?
get my hands on Metro. Yeah, on when I was game hunting in Paris, I had the opportunity to buy Metroid Prime Hunters. That's another game that I have. We are doing a video about it. A little
Uh,
spoiler. We're doing a video about it coming out in December or late November. But
hmm.
I had the opportunity either to buy Metroid Prime Hunters or to get Metroid Pinball, and Metroid Pinball was, I believe, €100. So it was pricey. So ended
I'll
up
keep
getting
an
Metroid Prime
eye.
Hunters.
You don't have those DS ones, right? So funny
Metroid Prime
enough.
Hunters, I do.
Oh,
I
you
do.
do. Okay. It's
Yeah.
funny enough. Metroid Pinball, I got that for $10, and I'm talking about that. That was decently recent.
What?
Yeah, I got that for like $10, and then
Whoa!
Metroid Prime Hunters. I believe I also got that for like $15 or something. I got all the Metroids for super cheap, stupid cheap.
Wow!
And then Metroid Prime, sorry, not Metroid Prime, Metroid Other M. I got that one for. Well, I paid that one in full. That was my first new release of a Metroid game. That was my first time pre-ordering a Metroid game and picking it up on the Wii. So that was like my first like I'm a Metroid fan, and now I'm picking up a brand new Metroid game. That was my first ever experience was Other M. Some people will say, "Man, quite the experience," but I don't regret it, man. That game was honestly, I enjoyed it. I mean, I understand the criticism, but I personally enjoyed it, and we can get into that later. But yeah, though I mean, a lot of the Metroid games I got for very very cheap. But even though I paid $50 full price for Metroid Other M, a year later it was $5 at GameStop used.
No!
$5, yes sir.
No!
But I don't regret
Damn!
it. I got a pre-order bonus of like artwork for the Metroid Other M,
Oh,
so that's
that
okay.
that makes it worth it. As a
Yeah, that makes it.
collector, you understand? That makes it
Yes,
worth it,
sir.
hundred
But
percent.
but since then I've been a dedicated Metroid fan. I love Metroid. I love Samus, number one waifu. No, actually Rosalina for me is number one, but Samus, is up there. But yeah, I mean Samus is a phenomenal character. Love Samus. Love the Metroid series. Huge fan.
You're a huge fan, and you're such a big fan. We've done this many times in my channel. I think we've done this twice, but we are so close to Metro Prime 4, and this is going to be the first introduction to many new fans to Metroid. Even though we have Metroid Dread and Metroid Prime Remastered, some people are definitely going to start with Metroid Prime 4. So, in a very condensed way, let's not go too much into detail. What do we need to know for Metroid Prime 4, story wise?
Story wise. So I don't know too much of what's going on in the story of Metroid Prime 4, but there is a character named Silux, and that's someone you need to know. And Silux is a huge rival to Samus. He is it he doesn't have a gender? Silux, the character, is
Yeah.
from Hunters. It was introduced in Hunters, and so we see this is I was just talking to my friend earlier about like trying to prep for this podcast, like how did Psylocke, like I'm like, okay, there was a game in the end credits, it showed Psylocke sneaking up on Samus. Was that Dread? I'm starting to forget which game that was. Or was
No, I
that
think that
Return of
was.
Samus on the 3DS?
No, I think it was Metroid Prime either 1 or 2. I think because Silux appears on Metroid Prime 3, right?
Hunters.
Oh, he doesn't appear on Metroid Prime 3?
No, not that I remember. A lot of these games I haven't played since I was a teenager. That's the hard part. I need to brush up on a lot of these games.
Yeah.
Silex, from my understanding, I'm looking it up right now just so we can make sure we get the facts straight. I remember Silex being in Hunters only.
Oh, I see. Because for all of those watching or listening, available in Spotify and YouTube, Psylocke is the other guy we're getting as an amiibo figure. So we have Metroid, Samus, sorry. Samus on a bike, and we're going to talk about Samus on a bike later. And we also have Psylocke. So that's the other character who appears to be the main villain of the game, but we'll talk about it more in detail
We
in
shall
a bit.
see.
Yeah,
Silux is exclusive to, he's a, it's a bounty hunter exclusive to that game, Hunters. But I want to
hunters. Okay.
know, ship in the blue. His ship is following Samus's ship in the end credits of a game, and that's what I. Oh, it was. Sorry, it was Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. There you go. Why did I
I
think
knew
it
it.
was? Yeah,
I
you
knew
called
it.
it. Why did I
I, re-
think
I
it was?
I remember that because I looked at the clip for when we did Where is Metroid Prime 4 video like 2 weeks before they
Right.
revealed
Yes.
uh, the full Metroid Prime reveal trailer after 7 years of getting nothing. I
So,
remember looking that scene, yeah, and that was from
well,
Metroid
so
Prime
there
3.
is. So this is what got me confused. Why I thought it was one of the newer games, like Samus Returns on the 3DS, because the Federation Force shows Silux at the end credit scene as well. He pops in at Federation Force, which I didn't play Federation Force in completion,
Oh, I
so
see.
that's why I didn't catch that. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
now that fixes everything in my mind now. Okay, but yeah, Silux is another bounty hunter in Metroid Prime Hunters, who will be returning in Metroid Prime 4 as a possible antagonist. I don't know if there will be another antagonist, but also another thing to note is Silux. If you saw in the trailer, it looks like there's Metroids. I believe those
On
are
his back.
Mocktroids. So those are not the same as Metroids. Mocktroids were part of the Space Pirates. They're
Oh,
like
okay.
creations.
When did they first appear? The Mac
Shoot,
droids.
man. um,
Or that's a way
I'm trying
deeper
to
cut.
think. That might be, I believe, Super Metroid, because Samus eradicates the Metroids, but then Metroids are popping up, and you're like, how? And it's because those are Mocktroids.
Okay,
So yeah,
I see. Okay, yeah.
but they're
So
not like not the same thing. They're like,
we have evil Metroids and even a more evil Metroid.
I know it gets
Pretty much.
confusing. It
Yeah.
gets, and I'm sorry, I'm not too prepped up. Remember when I was
No,
really on
don't
top of
worry.
my Metroid knowledge and like I knew everything? I was doing videos, essays on like all of the lore. That was,
I
that
love
was a couple years
your
ago.
crate video. Your
Ah,
crate
thank you,
video.
man. But that
That's
at
an
this point,
amazing video.
thank you, man. But at this point, that was a long time ago. That was when Metroid Dread was coming out, and I
Yeah,
haven't made
I
Metroid
remember.
content really like religiously since. That's why I'm a little rusty on all the knowledge. Those
That's
Metroid games, man,
that's
they come out slowly.
Yeah, but that's fine. Hey, maybe before Metroid Prime 4 comes out, you can make a video about the story of Psylocke.
I was supposed to,
I don't know.
but
I
then
don't know.
everybody did it, and I was like, forget it.
Already? I haven't
Oh,
seen a single one.
oh, about like the background of Silux, like
Yeah,
who Silux is.
yeah.
Everybody did a video on that when the first trailer dropped, and I was like,
Damn. Okay.
I had it all scripted out, and then everybody, like Game Explained threw one up. Already hundreds of thousands of views. Forget it. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh man, freaking Game Explain.
Game Explained beats everybody at the punch.
No, but okay. I'm going to move on to the next topic, and this is the main topic of this video. This was the main idea for the podcast when we talked last week. Uh, I am very excited for the bike. The Viola, I think that's the name. Metroid. Well, I keep saying Metroid. I have no idea why, but Samus is going to get the ability to ride a motorcycle in the new Metroid Prime 4. And you told me that you weren't happy about this decision. Why? Why is that? Because for me, that looks pretty cool.
I
Because
don't
we
think I
can
said I
see,
was. Well, yeah. What
well,
you saying?
because I, for me, it's a combination of, hey, maybe instead of fast traveling in an elevator from area to area, you have this little, or not little, but this section in which you drive around in your motorcycle and you start battling enemies as you ride the motorcycle, and that's fucking dope. So for me, that's so cool because that's not taking away the tight spaces that make Metroid Metroid, right? So, what are your thoughts on the bike?
So no, I don't think I said that I disliked it, but I just didn't care for it. I was just like, I just don't have really an opinion. My opinion is just that I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays into the game. But I just was like, I don't know. I don't know why we have a bike. I just didn't find it exciting. I was just like, okay, she's got a bike. You know what? The problem is that the trailer. This is what I was saying. I didn't like was the trailers. But that we could move on to that section. But that's what I said I didn't like was the trailer specifically. The trailer made the bike, in my opinion, look really boring. I did a couple podcasts before where I talked about Metroid. And I've been a big hater for the trailers. I just don't like any of the trailers. I'm just like, these are lame. It's a lot of the trailers are just follow Samus as she embarks on an epic journey, and it's just like the slowest gameplay. Like, I'm like, this looks so lame. When people waited 10 years for this shit, and it's the lamest gameplay, I'm like, come on, dog. Look at the trailers for Metroid Dread. Look at the trailers for Metroid Prime Remastered. Those are on the Switch. And when they revealed those games, music was peak. The gameplay was flashing all over the place. It was enticing, not in only gameplay, but in story. It was great. All the trailers, mwah, chef's kiss. Metroid Dread trailers, awesome. I think every single trailer was just incredible. And so was the Metroid Prime Remaster. When they first revealed Metroid Prime Remaster, and it's all HD, and the music's playing, and they're just phasing into the environments, and it gets into Samus just getting into action, that's what it should have been about. But this was not like that. It just showed like the first trailer wasn't that bad. It just showed like Samus is playing, and it was literally just showing gameplay, which a lot of people argued that's the best way to do it. But I was just like, listen, we waited 10 years for this, and at this point, the game's coming out in what 2.5 months or less than that, and 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
And I feel like
2 months.
Like start revving your engines, buddy. Like, what's going on? Like, why are the trailers still lame? Like, let's get, like, Nintendo, we can't get excited about Metroid if you're not excited about Metroid. Get excited about Metroid. Samus is an icon. But I don't know. I think it's a little confusing because, like, you got the bike. The bike looks cool. I mean, here's the thing. I love the game Destiny. And Destiny is such an awesome game. And in that game, you play as a hunter. And I always think, man, Samus would be so cool in this type of environment, in a Destiny game. And in those games, you have sparrows where you just go, and you're on the bike. If it's like that, hell yeah. If it's like that, awesome. But I just don't know. You know how Nintendo likes to, 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. We don't know how this plays. We don't know if you could only bust out the bike in certain areas. Because in Destiny, you can whip it out anytime you want. Unless you're like in a boss area that prevents you from using the Sparrow. You could whip out that Sparrow anywhere. And so I wonder in Metroid, how will that be? Can you whip it out everywhere, or will it be lame? Like, go to this little square right here. If you stand on it and press the R button, then the bike comes out. No.
Yeah,
better not make it lame.
Yeah,
she uses her psychic power, so I hope she can like summon it.
Yeah, I think there's a scene in the trailer in which Samus is riding the bike, and then she gets into a very tight space, and she actually gets off. So I have really high hopes she can actually use it anytime based on that little clip. But as you say, maybe she's going to use the bike in, step in this little square, grab your bike and drive from point A to point B, get to the destination, have a little cutscene where she puts it away and start walking. Yeah, that's going to be lame. In that case, I'm not going to be that big of a fan. However, even so, I think that's better than just using the elevators, for example.
Yeah.
Going from section to section, having a little gameplay, shooting enemies, getting bonus health, bonus currency. Well, Metro doesn't actually use currency, but I don't know, energy and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty dope. Maybe missile upgrades if you go and defeat a certain boss in the area, like Molduga from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe that could be pretty cool.
They should have let us use the ship in some of these games before giving us a motorcycle. Come on, Nintendo. Come on.
Well, you know what? The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom hit the depths. It was a secret until the game came out. So no one knew about it. So there's a possibility we can actually drive the ship.
I hope so.
Because
that would be awesome.
Maybe instead of, we can go from area to area, but maybe we can also go from planet to planet. Imagine that. That would
Well,
be so cool.
the ship plays a role in a lot of previous games, but like I'm talking about like more interactive. I want to be on that ship and fly around like Star Fox and shooting things. You know, if give us some levels like that would be really sick. Um, but yeah,
Remember Nintendo Land?
yes, I
Remember
remember
Nintendo
Nintendo
Land?
Land.
There was a way in which you could grapple into the bottom of the ship, of Samus's ship, and start shooting bosses and stuff like that as you're flying the ship and shooting, being grabbing on with your grapple hook from the bottom of the ship. That would be dope if they
Yeah.
actually made it cool with epic music and these disgusting creatures filled
I,
with blood and gore. That would be fun.
I could have sworn that you could actually do that. See, I wish my memory was like in tip-top shape right now. I'm sorry for those listening that are like, this guy doesn't know nothing about Metroid. I could have sworn you could do that in Metroid Prime 3, that the ship, you could like grapple on it in one of the levels. But I gotta fact check myself on that. I could just be daydreaming. Cisco's coping, that trailer with the desert. It looks so nasty, man. Cisco's not. He's going senile. Um, I'm looking it up. I'm gonna fact checking it myself. It's always good to fact check yourself whenever you're unsure.
Yeah.
Um, Using
Oh
the ship
man,
grapple beam upgrade up. Yeah, looks like you can.
I haven't
From what
played
I'm,
Metroid Prime 3 yet.
it's a
I
good
don't
one.
know
I
if
love Metroid Prime 3.
I don't know if I would have the time to play it before, because I am really hoping Nintendo Shadow drops. Oh, here we have Mario Galaxy 1 plus 2 in October. In November, before the game comes out, we already made Metroid Prime 1 remastered. So here's Metroid Prime 2 plus Metroid Prime 3 for $70 for whoever wants to get in touch for the game. Or you know what? They could release Metroid Prime 2 on the Nintendo GameCube in the Nintendo Switch Online. And they could do that any day before the game comes out, so at least we have Metroid Prime 1 and 2 on the Nintendo Switch and just play Metroid Prime 3 on the... Take out the old Wii U, connect it, and play. No, it's
I'm
dusty.
still,
It's so dusty. Because, especially since it's the black Wii U, I think everyone has the black Wii U. I don't know anyone who has the white Wii U. But the black
not the
Wii
black
U,
one.
it has you can see all the dust in that console. It's bad. And then you go into Reddit or Twitter and you can see people posting pictures of their Wii U gamepad. It's so nasty. There's spiders inside the screen. It's so nasty.
Oh, now my Wii U's in tip-top shape. It's still plugged in front and center on my setup, and I wipe it. I wipe it every once in a while. My Wii U's taken care of. I love my baby.
Oh, that
Even though all I do is whip out the gamepad and play Mario Kart for a little bit. I don't touch it much.
you play Mario Kart on the Wii U still?
The Game Boy Virtual Console, yes.
Of course,
And
yeah.
like I do the Virtual Console games, so I play Mario Kart and WarioWare
Oh yeah.
all the time. Every time I'm like in bed, I'm just grabbing the Wii U gamepad and
That's
playing
good.
my games.
That's really nice. I remember doing that when I got. Uh, I I started collecting old Wii U Lego games. So for me, that was the best way to play the old Lego games. Grab the gamepad, be on bed, and start playing the old Lego games like Lego Jurassic World. That was really fun with the Wii U gamepad. Like
I
that's
still play
really
my
fun.
I still also play my 3DS religiously. Like I have my yes, I'm a 3DS
Yes,
man.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
I
yes.
still play my 3DS. I was playing it yesterday. Or no, this morning. I was playing it this morning. I whipped it out and I was playing Pokemon Ultra Moon. I didn't realize that in Ultra Moon, Team Rocket recruits the old baddies from back in the day. So I was fighting Team Magma. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's awesome. The 3DS is peak. Peak.
It's superior. No, I love the 3DS so much. That's, I think, my favorite Nintendo console, the 3DS.
Yes.
That's why one of the main things I like to do on my channel is talk about obscure Nintendo DS and some 3DS games. Actually, in 1 week from this podcast's release, uh, I'm going to release Monster House for the Nintendo DS, a review of that game. So I play my Nintendo DS at
Oh,
least, I play at least a brand new game every single month on that console. It's great. It's
wow.
such a
That
good
beats me.
console.
That's
And
awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Man, the 3DS is great. It deserves all the love.
And like I previously mentioned, we're going to work on a video talking about Metroid Prime Hunters. So we're going to be playing the entire month of November Metroid Prime Hunters in order to create this big brand new video about this game. And I think that will help us both get prepared for Metroid Prime 4. Speaking of my final question related to Metroid that I want to ask you, how excited are you really for this game? Because I am very, very excited. I, I, this is one of the games that I'm very excited for. I am this close on getting the Nintendo Switch 1 version just for the box art alone, because
Hmm.
the Switch 2 box art looks like dog shit. With
Yeah, I don't like the
that,
red.
that Nintendo Switch 2 version,
Mm-mm.
they should do that. I don't know, swap it around and be the Nintendo Switch 1 version be called the Nintendo Switch 1 version with all the text, and the Nintendo Switch 2 version be pristine, but Nintendo being
Yeah.
Nintendo. Um, but yeah, I'm very excited about this game, but I know you have something controversial to say.
I am mildly excited. So it's a Metroid game. Obviously, I am excited about picking it up and playing it. It is the sole reason why I want Switch 2, because otherwise I'll play Pokemon on Switch 1. I don't care. But I want to Switch 2. Not only do I want to Switch 2, I want a 4K TV. I want the whole thing, man. I want the 4K TV. I want the Switch 2. I want to use the mouse controls. I want it all. I want it all solely for Metroid. So yes, I'm excited for Metroid Prime 4 because I want all this stuff. It's just that I am a recent, like, well, now I don't know how recent, but I graduated, for school, and then I had to work at a part-time job to save up for Japan and all this stuff. So I'm just dead broke, and I can't afford nothing. And it's just I'm excited, but I think I'm not letting my hopes up get too high because I'm just like, I don't know realistically if I will get the game or have a Switch 2 or have the best experience. If I pop in Metroid Prime 4 on my original Switch and it blows up, I don't know. I'm also just, again, not all Metroid games are good. And that's subjective. But, I like Metroid Prime. I like Metroid Other M. A lot of people don't. And I also don't like Metroid Other M, but I like it enough. I like it more than the average Joe. But also,
Especially because
like, I
of
don't know.
those trailers. The trailers from Other M are great.
Mm-hmm.
Like the live action trailer they did, that's wow.
You know what? This might be an unfair comparison because this isn't. These games that I'm saying aren't that great. They're not even made by Retro Studios, so I'm not even know why I'm comparing them. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I just hope they got it right. This was in development hell, and a lot of people are very quick to be like, they did their best. Just be happy it's going to be a high quality product. And I'm just like, okay, but I want to see if it's a high quality product. We don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to play this game and be like, yo, this was not it. And right now, I'm just a little confused with the trailers. They're saying Samus has psychic powers. Samus has a bike. And I'm like, this is cool, but the way it's being presented, I'm not liking it. In terms of, like, how it's being presented. It just seems very unexciting. It seems very, like... It just seems like Nintendo's being like, here, damn, take the game. We don't care. Like, that's how I feel like the game's being treated. and I'm just like, if you're treating the game like that, how am I supposed to be excited? I'm a little worried. Like, look at Pokemon Legends Z-A right now. The marketing on that. I am so beyond excited for that game. And in Metroid, I just feel like is chained at the bottom of the river, like, let me out. I'm just like, is it doing okay? What's going on?
Are you really that excited for Pokemon CA?
I'm very excited. I'm a little
Especially
disappointed,
with
though.
that pre-launch DLC announcement.
Pre-launch DLC and then the Pokemon Home not functioning the same as the other games, that killed my hype. I'm still hyped, But that significantly killed my hype. I'm very upset about that.
From a 10 to a 9, you would say, right?
Maybe a 10 to a 7. It dropped significantly.
Wow.
I might boycott the game entirely because of that. I just need more information. I need to see what's going on with that game. I need to see, sometimes Nintendo will name drop or Pokemon will give an announcement and they don't give you the full information and we freak out and then the full information comes out later and you're like, oh, it wasn't a big deal. But so I just need to learn a little bit more of the situation to know what's going on before we go ahead. For those who don't know why I'm acting that way, it's because I literally said it on this podcast. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Emerald. All those Pokemon I've transferred from game to game to game to game. And now they're saying that in Legends Z-A they might get stuck in there and you can't transfer them back to the original games. Like back to Pokemon Home and back to like Scarlet, Violet, Sword and Shield. And so it's basically a one-way transfer. I don't like that at all. I love being like, Blaziken, you're going to go to Pokemon Diamond right now. Swampert, I need you in Scarlet and Violet. Oh, I need to do some raids, so, I don't know, Inteleon, I need you in Sword and Shield. I love having my little army men going out and going to different regions and doing their tasks. I don't like this whole, like, oh, we're going to start a new generation, so now everybody will be stuck on ZA. I don't like that. No me gusta. So
No.
Killing my hype big time, man. Killing it big time. So, I don't know, man. That's what's killing my hype. I might not buy day one because of that. But we shall see. We shall see. And then the DLC thing is poor practice. Poor practice.
No, yeah, that's... should games announce DLC before launch? Because
I don't think so.
They definitely had DLC prepared. For example, for Donkey Kong. They had the whole DLC prepared way before the game came out. They had it planned, but they announced it later. Now with Pokemon CA, they're acting all like, we know you shitheads are going to buy this game because you love us so much. So aquí tienen pendejos, aquí compren, gasten, spend money. It's like, dude, you're disrespecting your fans. Like, come on. Have a little respect for your fans. I mean,
I don't like that attitude at all.
Because
we know you're going to buy it, so we're going to do these ridiculous things. It's 30. It's $30.
It's 30. So you're paying. How much is Pokemon? Is it 60 or 70?
It's going to be 70 if you buy the Switch 2 version.
So
70 plus 30. It'll be $100.
$100 for Pokemon. We're getting to this point in which if you want to have the full experience for an unreleased game, you're going to be spending $100. The only game I can forgive that for is GTA 6, which it will probably be $100. But other than that, Nintendo has no right to charge $100 for a Pokemon game and a DLC before launch.
Actually, it's more than that because I remembered something. You need Nintendo Switch Online to be able to get the Mega Stones for the Kalos starter, which was revealed in the last Nintendo Direct. So you know that big trailer they did where they showed off Mega Greninja, Mega Chestnut, and Mega Delphox, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. They're locked behind ranked mode that you need the Nintendo Switch Online to buy. So, I mean, if you want, 1 month of Nintendo Switch Online, it is only $3 or $4. But no one really does that. A lot of people usually do the year, so that's $20. Yeah. So we're looking at about $120 if you want the full experience. Nintendo, Pokemon, come on, G. Are they? I just don't understand why you gotta be so money starved. I was in Japan. You know what? No, it's not even about Japan. Everyone who's watching this knows that anything that has to do with Pokemon gets completely bought out instantly. They release new Pokemon cards. Pokemon cannot physically print enough cards to satisfy the entire fan base. It's impossible. The same thing with the collectibles. People are just buying them up. Everything. There's never enough stock. Pokemon will know that they're going to have 2 million people attend some event and they won't have enough stock. So how are you so money hungry?
Right?
You already have so much money. I don't understand. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think I saw it on a marketing class. I'm not exactly sure. But Pokemon, I believe, is on the top three most successful franchises of all time, like
Mm-hmm.
entertainment franchises. Number one is Hello Kitty, I
Mm-hmm.
think. I don't know if Pokemon is number two and number three is Disney.
I know Pokemon is more than Disney.
Yeah.
Disney's
So
below Pokemon, which I didn't know. I was like, whoa. So it's supply
so
demand basically. That's kind of what's going on here. It's they know we're gonna buy it, so they're releasing it.
yeah, and I mean when you can buy six Hollow Knight Silksong games for the same price as one complete Pokemon Legends CA game, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe vote with your wallet. Really,
Vote for your
that's
wall. Yep.
vote with your wallet. I mean, I'm the one who talks. I'm going to get Mario Galaxy again for the third time in my life. I'm going to be buying Mario Galaxy, which I want to talk something really quick about a story that's probably going to happen. When I do my blog, getting the game, I hope I don't have to do this. But here in Mexico, when they announced the Mario Galaxy 1 plus 2, the retail stores confused themselves, and instead of selling it for $60, they started promoting it as a $50 game. And I got my pre-order reservation, the reservation, uh, for $50. And I have the opportunity, thanks for me being a frequent customer, to pay it in full whenever I choose, well, on release day. So whenever I go pick it up, I can pay in full. However, after I made my reservation, I got my confirmation order and everything. They now want to charge me $60 when I go to the store. So I literally printed out a 7-page document in which I'm going to go to the store with the laws in Mexico that forbid them charging me those 10 extra bucks with screenshots of all the evidence of the mail and screenshots of other people talking about it on Twitter of the price. So I hope I don't have to put this on the blog whenever I go pick up the game, but maybe I am going to have to fight a poor employee for a poor decision made by this company. Because something like this happened just last week here in Mexico, where Walmart Mexico, by accident, the 4K TVs, the biggest TVs, they were
Mm-hmm.
selling them by accident for $25.
Oh wow.
4K HD TVs that usually cost around at least $150 for only 25. So a lot of people bought like 6 or 7, and the guards of the store were stopping them and taking them away when they had their tickets printed. Like, hey, I
Ooh.
bought this for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's this well, not a company, but this part of the government in Mexico called Profeco, which is consumers' rights enterprise. Well, not
We
part
need
of the
that.
government that protects the customers, and pretty much they told Walmart, hey, you have to give these people their TVs back, and I'm going to charge you a penalty for not giving them their product. So I literally have the articles on their law that state that if they want to charge me $10 more, they cannot do it.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's my
Wow.
little side
I
tangent.
that is very interesting. I really want to know how that turns out. We really need that in America, man. We need to protect consumers. It's really hard out here, man. Um, I
I've seen it.
but
Come
raising
to
the price.
Mexico.
I mean,
Come live
like
to Mexico.
come to make, dude. I'm tempted. Um, I'm tempted to be honest. But going back to like everything we're talking about, like you need 120 for Pokemon. But that is ridiculous. But like you just said, Mario Galaxy. If you want the full experience with Mario Galaxy, you need to pay the 70. Here it's 70 for the 1 and 2 pack. But then the amiibos are elite. How much are they in
40 for
Mexico?
each. Oh, in Mexico they haven't released the prices because they screwed up. with the other with the game, so they want to get their prices right. But I know in the US it's $40. In here in Mexico, that translates to roughly 800 pesos. But I don't know why sometimes they charge more. So it actually may be either 1,000 pesos or 1,200 pesos, which translates to $60. So
Yeah.
almost a full price game for those amiibo.
Here we got the tariffs, and so I believe they're
Yeah.
45 each here. So 45, 45, and 70. But then we have the tax. So the
Oh yeah,
$70 games are also closer to $80. That's the thing that nobody
yeah,
talks
that's
about
true.
is that here, at least here in the States, it's like a 10% tax. So if it's $70, it's gonna be 77.
Ooh, yeah.
Jeez, man.
Whenever I go to the
Jeez.
US, that's one of these things that I hate the most because I go to
We
I
have
don't know,
high tax. Yep.
the dollar store to buy something. Oh, it's going to be $1 with 66 cents. Why? I am paying a dollar or that I save up for a game because here in Mexico, the prices that are listed, those are the actual prices. The tax is already included.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so if I don't know if something is, for example, I'm going to talk in dollars. If something says $10, on the published $10, it's actually like 8.25, but they list it as 10 as they already include the tax.
That's
And that's
awesome. I
something
wish
that
we were
I
like that.
don't understand why the US does that.
I wish we did.
Yeah, but I don't want to get too political. So I
But
think
going back,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, going
oh,
back.
so I was saying all that to relate to Metroid. That if you want the full
Okay,
Metroid experience, you have to buy those amiibo. Which the bike is 30. The Silex amiibo, I believe, is oh no, sorry, the bike is more than 30, right?
40.
Is
It's 40.
40, and then the Silox, and then the Samus amiibo. Is there a Samus amiibo? Oh, no,
Yeah,
it's the bike.
yeah, we have Silux, Samus on a bike, and Samus, roller Samus. So there's
Okay,
three.
so that's a
The
lot of
bike
money.
one, yeah, the bike one is going to be 40, and it's going to be huge. I don't know where I'm going to display it, but that's more like a statue. I made a video talking about all these. There were 7 amiibos that got announced. The freaking Kirby ones are 90, no 90,
50.
$50 each. So you're going to spend $100 just to get these 2 amiibo, and they're going to release more. Sakura is crazy. They tried to make it like Skylanders, but Skylanders were what, 12
I'm not
bucks.
buying those. I'm 3D
Yeah,
printing them.
good, good. But yeah, it's going to be, if you want the full Metro experience, you have to pay. Metroid Prime, I think it's going to be 60 or 70.
But I do want to bring good news to those who are listening. Because we talked earlier on this episode that I was saying, oh, but Metroid Prime Hunters, I bought that for $10. Metroid Pinball, I bought it for $10. So on and so forth. And I said that back in my day, GameStop games were cheap. I don't know if you've been seeing online, but they can't sell this expensive stuff. The amiibos, the Street Fighter amiibos already went down to
Oh,
$20, and they're selling some pretty new amiibo for now $5.99. I
I
think
saw that.
if I remember correctly, one of those was the Donkey Kong and Pauline amiibo that they can't
Really?
they're not selling at all, so they're too expensive. So the prices are actually dropping significantly. And so I'm curious. I'm curious if the Switch 2 is too brand new, but uh, I did say before, I think before the Switch 2 came out, when we were having those Switch Directs still, where they were showing off Tomodachi Life, when they were showing off the Rhythm Heaven, I said people will pay $70 for Tears of the Kingdom. They'll pay 70 for a Pokemon game. But these titles are gonna suffer. Metroid's gonna suffer. Rhythm Heaven's gonna suffer. Tomodachi Life's gonna suffer. Those people aren't gonna spend 70 on those. You got the
Nope.
hardcore Nintendo fans that would be like, oh yeah, everyone will buy that. No, no.
Nope.
I can't tell you how many people are refusing to buy a Switch 2 right now because of the prices of the video games. Because I remember when they first dropped the Switch 2, everyone I was talking to, all my friends were like, I'm for sure getting the Switch 2. Then when the games started coming out with their prices, they were like, nah, forget it. Never mind. And
Yeah.
because the games are just way too expensive. When Mario Kart was 80, no, absolutely not. And so I think, I wonder, I want to see later on in the Switch 2's life cycle what happens to these games, because they're not gonna sell. You
No.
got gonna have copies of Tomodachi Life everywhere. No one's gonna buy it. So I think they
Mhm.
are gonna go down in price. I
I
really want to
really
see it
hope
because
so.
the amiibos are getting that treatment right now.
And just to close it up, just let's talk about one more point, just to
Mm.
finish this podcast, the first DAG podcast. Game keycards.
Uh,
Are they good or are they bad? I stand that they are the worst thing ever done in gaming history. They suck. I don't know if I don't care if they release the biggest, the greatest game of all time. If it comes out on a game keycard, I'm getting it on the PS5. I am not going to buy
mm.
a game keycard ever.
I My opinion on game key cards. I prefer that the whole game is on the cartridge. Absolutely. Um, but that's kind of as far as it goes. I don't know how angry I am at key cards. I just prefer them to be on the full cartridge. That's all I can really say. I know people feel very strongly about the key cards. I don't know too much. I hear one side say they're absolutely terrible, and I hear some people say that's a misconception. People don't know what they're talking about. It's actually not that bad. I don't really know which is right. But all I can say is that, I will always stand on the side that we should own our games. And
Yep.
I don't if people I think what people don't like about the key cards, right, is that it's giving you a key to, like, the game's not on the cartridge. You like have the it's just giving you the key to it feels dumb. For that, you might as well just buy it
Download
digitally.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my biggest problem is I love collecting games, and even in 20 years from now, when we are on the Switch 4, for example, I don't know, I am going to still collect Nintendo Switch 2 games, right?
Hmm.
Because I love collecting games. But knowing that there's going to be one point in life where the Nintendo Switch 2 servers go down,
Yeah.
and the Switch, the key cards are going to be useless. So you will not be able to download your games because the servers are out.
Yeah.
There's no way to download it. That's my biggest issue with the game key cards.
Hmm. Yeah, but see that's hard because uh what happened with the downloads for the Wii? Are they can you log in and download your Wii games, or no? I'm not sure. Wii U
Uh,
games and 3DS, I know you still can.
if
But
you already bought them and they're kind of already installed on your
mhm,
console but just offloaded, I think you can.
yeah.
But for example, game key cards
But I know which I
are,
get your argument because
yeah.
I mean Game Boy, I could just go grab my cartridge, pop that bad boy in, right? Like when you buy a physical
Yeah.
game, you have it forever, and that's a really good feeling because I know that the games that I bought, I can always go back and play it, and I don't have to worry about if the company Nintendo is going to be like, you know what, just hit the no one's playing their Wii games. Hit that kill button, that kill switch. Now nobody has access to it. And the thing is, Nintendo's pretty trigger happy. I mean, the Switch came out, and what was it, like 2 years, 3 years in? They were like, all right, kill the 3DS and Wii U eShop. And I was
Yeah.
like, what? What? We just, wait, what?
Yeah.
No! And we were scrambling, buying all the games. Yeah, yeah, it's a little rough, but I think you still have access. But I think so. The thing is, the problem with the Wii, the problem with the Wii U, the problem with the 3DS was that we didn't have one united Nintendo account, but we do now.
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe that will fix, because I know that Nintendo's strategy going forward is that everything will revolve this Nintendo account that we have currently, and so I'm just hoping that that's to prevent a Wii U, 3DS situation, and that we'll always have access to our games. Because this whole thing about getting mad at Nintendo for the key cards, we're not getting mad at Steam. I mean, that's all digital games. We're not getting mad at Steam for buying all their games, and that's all digital. That's it's never guaranteed with that. But Steam has been going on for so long, and they've never really had any issues for as far as I know. I'm kind of a new Steam user, but I wonder if Nintendo could be trusted on the same level. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll
There
see.
was a situation I had with PlayStation where I purchased a bunch of movies, and then suddenly they just went, "You don't own these movies anymore. We're taking them away." I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was a lawsuit because I got my movies back, but there was a point
Oh,
where they
good.
took away my movies. Yeah, they took away all my films, and I was really upset. They said you can't play this, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on because every once in a while, sometimes I will try to play a movie, and they'll say you can't play this right now. I'm like, what the heck? I own it. Don't tell me I can't play this movie right now. So there
That's
is
why
a
physical
situation
forever.
that's physical forever
Physical
because
forever.
ain't no PlayStation, ain't no Nintendo, ain't no Blockbuster gonna tell me that I can't watch Land Before Time on DVD. Ain't nobody can tell me that. Ain't gonna tell me nothing. That's why physical media is awesome. I'm buying all the Pokemon DVD sets when I can, because there was a point where Pokemon, the anime was free and everyone could watch it. And then all of a sudden, Apple owned one season, Hulu owned another season,
Yeah,
Netflix owned another, and you couldn't watch the series anymore. And then now it's on YouTube. But like, it just shows you, it gets shifted around, and people were like, "I want to watch X and Y." You can't watch X and Y. It wasn't available anywhere. So
exactly.
you want to buy the DVDs. I have the X and Y
Exactly.
collection on DVD now. So now it
Good.
doesn't. Apple can do whatever they want. Hulu, Netflix, you guys can do whatever you want. I have the DVD. I'm set. I'm set.
Exactly.
So physical media
Okay.
for the win.
And that's a great way to finish up the first ever DAG podcast. Cisco, thank you so much for being my first guest. I really do appreciate it. I love talking to you about Nintendo, Pokemon, the good and the bad, Metroid, literally everything. You are always such a charm to talk to. So thank you so much for being my first guest. Anything else you want to say? The floor is yours.
It's an absolute honor to have me on your first episode. I really am honored by this. Sorry I delayed you by a day because I was sick, but
Don't worry.
this was really fun. I love podcasts. Totally don't shy away from bringing me on another episode, especially if you're talking about Pikmin. And yeah, I'm excited for future things. I hope for those watching. I really hope I was entertaining. I am sick this past week, so I hope I wasn't a little brain dead on some of my Metroid Q&A. I love disagreements. I love conversations. So if you disagree with my take, I would absolutely love to hear it down below. And I love talking with you guys. I love talking with fans. So definitely, if you have more you want to hear from me, just comment down below and I will get back to your comment. And, Dagg's a really great user. And he does lots of fun videos and lots of fun topics. And the thing about Dagg is he's for the people. He's not going to defend Nintendo or Pokemon on anti-consumer practices. He will say if something is wrong and something is unfair to the fans, to the consumers, Dagg will speak out on it. And I have huge respect for that because we have a problem in the Nintendo community right now where way too many people defend the multi-billionaire company. And while I love the multi-billionaire company, sometimes it's like if they were your parents. Sometimes you got to call them out.
Yeah.
Sometimes, Dad, that's not okay. Sometimes you just got to say it. They're not perfect.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, thank you,
Well,
Dagg.
thank you so much. Everyone be sure to check out Cisco. All his social media are going to be linked down below. Again, I cannot address this enough. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you next time. And Cisco, I am very glad we moved the recording one day because now we could talk the first 15 minutes about Doug Bowser leaving Nintendo. So that was actually something really positive that came out of it. And
Yes.
I really am glad you're feeling better. And thank you again. I cannot address this enough. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode. See ya. Bye.
Peace.